Picture a cold stone floor at dawn. Bare feet, tallow candles, and horse sweat drifting through drafty halls. You're 7, just handed to a stranger by your own father. This is normal. This is expected. And in 6 decades, if you survive, you'll own everything you can see from this window right now. You're just a boy carrying someone else's boots. Most people think castle life was knights and swords and glory. It wasn't. It was 60 years climbing an invisible ladder where the deadliest rank was never the one holding the sword. Let's climb it every step. Rank 10, page, 7 years old. Your job is simple and endless. Carry things, fetch things, learn things. You groom the Lord's horses. You memorize table manners so precise they'd embarrass a modern waiter. Historian David Crouch has traced how this training wasn't optional. It was the foundation of the entire noble career. One afternoon, you drop a tray in front of the Lord's guests. Picture this guy, red-faced, staring at broken pottery in front of 40 nobles. Not the whip. Humiliation. And that lasts longer. Lesson 1, authority remembers who embarrassed it. 10 years pass, rank 9, squire, 14 now. You carry a knight's armor, 60, 70 pounds, up and down stairs before dawn. You learn the sword, the horse. Mostly, you learn how much of knighthood is logistics. One night before a tournament, your knight's blade is dull and nobody notices but you. You stay up till your hands blister, sharpening it in the dark. He never asks who did it. Lesson 2. The people who notice small failures are the ones who eventually run everything. One knee on cold stone. You spent a decade learning how to serve. Now you learn how to fight. Rank 8. Knight 21. A blade touches each shoulder, and just like that, the boy who groomed horses owns armor with his own name etched into it. You fight for your lord in disputes that have nothing to do with you. Historian Richard Kuiper has spent a career pointing out something uncomfortable. That chivalry wasn't really about kindness. It was a code built to control violent young men with swords. Lesson 3. The rules that sound noble are usually built to survive the people who'd break them. Some knights stop here. You don't. Rank 7 Knight Banneret, 27. You've led men well enough in battle that your own banner now flies over a unit of troops. This isn't given. It's earned, usually mid-fight, when someone above needs to know you can be trusted with other men's lives. Here's the part nobody tells you. The moment you get troops of your own is the moment you stop being the most dangerous person in the room. You're the most responsible one instead. Lesson 4. Rank isn't about how much damage you can do. It's how much you're required to prevent. Wait. Back up, because the ladder stops looking like a sword and starts looking like a spreadsheet. Rank 6, marshal. 33, no more swinging a sword for a living. You run the stables, train every squire in the castle, discipline the entire garrison. Castle scholar Robert Lydiard has documented how much real castle power lived in logistics, feeding, housing, organizing dozens of armed men every day without anyone starving or mutinying. Less glamorous than the tournament. Also the job that actually keeps a castle standing. One rank higher. Rank 5, constable 38. You command the castle's defense outright. If the Lord is away, and he often is, you decide who gets through the gate. Nothing. Just silence and the weight of every decision landing on you alone. Lesson 5. The closer you get to real authority, the fewer people are left to blame. And then everything changes, because the castle doesn't run on swords at all. Rank 4. Chamberlain. 43. You manage the Lord's private chamber, his wardrobe, his treasury, the quiet machinery of his daily life. Trusted with things a knight never sees. Money, secrets, keys. Here's the twist most people miss. The chamberlain, not the knight, usually knew more about the Lord's real business than anyone else in the castle. Years later. Rank 3. Steward. Some call it seneschal. 48. You oversee every servant in the castle. Cooks, guards, chamberlains, everyone. When the Lord travels, you run the estate in his name. You collect the rents. You settle the disputes. You are in every practical sense already governing. Just without the title. One rank higher. Rank 2, Castellan, 53. Formerly appointed governor of the castle itself. Its walls, its garrison, its stores, its people, holding it in the Lord's name with authority that day to day looks a lot like ownership. 46 years learning this place from the floor up. Nobody can fool you now. Nobody tries. Then finally, rank 1, Lord, 58. Through service, through marriage, through a lifetime nobody handed you. You hold the castle outright. Here's the strange part. The day you sit at the head of that hall, you don't feel like the boy who carried a knight's armor up the stairs. You feel like every rank you ever held, stacked on top of each other, still doing their jobs. That's what authority actually is. Not a sword, not a crown. 60 years of small, unglamorous competence, done by someone who stopped needing anyone to notice. You still do it today. Every promotion you've earned, every quiet task nobody saw, every time you fixed something before it broke. Same ladder. Picture a cold stone floor at dawn. This time, you're not carrying someone else's boots. You're the reason the whole place is still standing.